String.
And we're here to introduce our new EP, Reasons to Exist. So to start with, we thought we'd talk a little bit about the overall style of the EP. So for me, there were three main things I was focusing on in the EP. One was mixing distorted and clean tones, the next one was mixing some subtle synth in, and the last one was writing simple guitar riffs that are just all focused on rhythm.
In terms of the lyrics in this EP, I think that all of them are really about the big issues, but they have kind of a seed of hope in them, hence Reasons to Exist.
We wasted 50 pages on mistakes.
I'll tell you a little bit about the story behind each of our tracks, and the first track on the EP is A Rose for Nothing.
A Rose for Nothing is the first love song I've written for Lloyd. It's really about somebody else being able to help you remember who it is you want to be and what you want to do with your life.
Musically, this song is a quintessential example of what I was going for in terms of rhythmic riffs. The lead riff was actually originally written on the bass guitar. In terms of mixing, I think this was the first song where I really nailed mixing Sarah's vocals. And that actually came from watching a tutorial of Bob Marlette mixing the Lola Black song, Nothing's Gonna Be Alright, which is mixing techniques for her vocals just blew my mind. It completely changed the way I mix. And I think that's translated throughout the whole EP.
Second track I'd like to introduce for you is called Rift.
Musically, with Rift, I was definitely going for a mix of clean and distorted tones, and this runs throughout the whole song. Another thing we've been really focusing on this year is building an arrangement of a song so the song builds nicely when the instruments come in. So in this song there's not actually a lot of synth, but the one synth that does appear is a synth bass in the choruses and the bridge, and just acts to sort of swell and give that deep growl which just really supports the really high vocals.
Yes, it is the highest song that I've ever had to perform, so that's really important for me, especially live. The lyrics in this are to do with the fact that both I and some of the characters I play in games and things are a bit matchmakery. It's kind of a matchmaker's point of view of when the relationship they've invested a lot in going so well and what that feels like.
Wake up, friend, you've missed it. Did you say it right?
Our third track now, which is Constructs.
Constructs is a song about stress and how most of the things we do get stressed and anxious and worried about in our lives are just stuff the human race made up. And the music and the way I sing to that really has that kind of ebb and flow of when the stress kind of builds up and then ebbs away as you try to calm yourself or kind of realize that those things don't matter as much as you think they do.
So musically, this was actually the last song we wrote of the year, and I wanted to experiment with writing a rhythmic, heavy rock riff in 6/8. I think that initial riff just really slams you in the face as the song starts. But after that, I sort of layered in different clean parts, and I think it really gives it a lot of contrast.
Pictures to aspire to. Thrilling games and neon fade.
The Glass is all about the interplay between heavy metal guitar and synth. And the other thing I had a lot of fun with was adding a vocal synth under Sarah's lyrics to sort of support the message of the song. And Sarah's singing Keep It Real, keep this sort of subtle robot synth voice underneath, which just adds this power.
The lyrics in this song are kind of about an apocalypse that humans cause by not caring about what's really happening in the world and spending so much time in escapism and just letting ourselves be lost in that rather than deal with the bad things that are happening. So it's saying keep it real, use what you've learned from those escapist things you're doing in a positive way.
So that's it for The Glass. Next time, Lifeline.
Lifeline is a song originally had totally nerdy origins, but it is now about when we make choices and whether or not maybe there's a bit of determinism there. Could we have ever gone the other way? And the person that went the other way, who we leave behind.
So this was the first song I wrote this year, and it's basically all about the interplay between the clean guitars, which appear in the verse and prior to the bridge, and the heavy guitars, which sort of come in the pre-chorus and then really soar in the chorus. Mixing wise, I ended up completely remixing this song for the EP because I think after Rose for Nothing my mixing skills improved a lot, and I think it's really made a difference to the sound of the song on the EP. So I think after that remix, I think it's definitely one of the best songs on the EP. You should check it out.